Earlier, I spoke to the mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko, who, before he became a mayor and indeed a rising politician, was, of course, a world heavyweight boxing champion. And I spoke to him in his office, in the mayor's office in Kiev, and I asked him how he felt, because, of course, Ukraine, although it wants to become a member of NATO, is not about to be invited by NATO, nor indeed by the European Union. So does Ukraine feel a little bit like the forgotten stepsister?
Yes, of course, it's a very difficult geopolitical question. Yes, of course, we see the discussion between United States and Russia without Ukraine.
That upsets you?
We're very upset with that.
Yeah.
We see the discussion regarding NATO and discussion regarding future of our country.
Without you being at the table?
It's very unfair to talking about Ukraine, about the future of our country without Ukraine.
These talks have been going on a week in Geneva, now in Brussels. What are you afraid of?
We see the result. Just a couple of days ago, they finished in Geneva discussion between the United States and Russia, future of Ukraine. And after the discussion, the Russian military forces coming back to the board of Ukrainian. Russian still play with the muscles.
Like boxers?
In boxing, we have a clear rules, and we see right now, and the Russians doesn't care about the rules.
Your father was a very senior decorated officer in the Soviet forces, in the Soviet Air Force. What would he be saying now if he was still alive about his son, you, mayor of Kiev, Ukrainian patriot?
He was a patriot of our country and also have exactly the same vision as me. And as clear man, have a chance to see another country and understand how effectively work the propaganda in Soviet Union. Media is the main weapons in Russian Federation. Not the tanks, not the bullets. The main weapons is media. And that's why it's, we understand also without propaganda what happens in the east of Ukraine, this conflict will be never happens.
And if it did get worse, if there was a Russian invasion, what would you do personally?
As former soldier, I am ready to defend my country, to defend independency and territorial integrity of Ukraine.
You would fight?
Yes, of course.
On the front line?
Yes.
And do you think that, the Germans, the Brits, the Americans, NATO would do enough to defend your country?
We need modern weapons. We need political support. We need unity with European countries. Because I told about that, we see our future as a democratic country.
Final one, about your own future. Will you run for president?
Right now, I don't want to give you a clear answer for that. It's a huge task. If I can implement my goals, in 2 years, we're coming back to your question.
Thank you very much, Mayor Klitschko.